Hey, what's going on, everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so it's breakfast time and stirring up the food and all that good stuff. Just wanted to start up a therapy session this morning. I don't really know what I'm going to say, don't care. But I'm just sitting here thinking about how T-Mobile is yet again hounding me for the same payment that I already asked them for an extension on. Now, if I ask you for an extension, that doesn't mean the day of the extension you send me a text saying that we haven't received the money in the time. So now our thing is like, wait a minute, are you trying to help me through this process or whatever it is that you say you're trying to do or not? Are you trying to keep your long-term 11-year client or not? Because every 3 days they're hounding me about the same money that they are tacking on with fees that shouldn't actually even be there. It's the same thing the president's been talking about as of late, these extra fees he's trying to regulate. These are the people he needs to be focused on. It's the cell phone carriers and the crypto and stock market people that ultimately need the most, looked upon, in my opinion. They need the most attention because they're the ones that's nickel and diming people in ways that are just overly stressful for no reason. T-Mobile has stressed me out more than anybody else. More than anybody else. Like, how is it that a cell phone carrier is stressing you out more than your landlord, more than the government, more than anybody else? How's a cell phone carrier calling me from God knows what country? They hound. If I ever need somebody to go get my money from somebody, just hire the people that T-Mobile hired to get their stuff done. They will get your money for you because they will apply so much pressure and so much strain on your head that you will think you owe somebody like a loan shark or something. I swear to God, somebody after me or something like that. The way they be hounding me. Do I need to buy a gun? Like, seriously. Next, I expect to see T-Mobile people knocking on my door. Like, this is getting ridiculous, bro. For a bill that's supposed to be $80. $80 a month. Like, and this is them telling you that they're willing to work with you during a tough time. So they apply strain every 3 days. It's why they're going to lose an 11-year customer. It's why we're leaving. And this is what we talk about on this channel a lot of time. Don't let 2023's culture of short-term, instant microwave gain mess up your long-term situation. Here I am, somebody that's been with them for 11 years, and I am itching to get the hell away from them right now, at this moment, because of what they're doing in this moment. Why would that ever happen if not for them just changing everything they've been doing that's kept me there in the first place? This is what made you keep customers for this long, is not behaving this way. And then in some random year, I guess they sold the company to some people who don't understand the concept of not pushing people away. Now they're gonna botch the company, man, for a quick buck. They may be able to pour a lot of money really, really fast, but they're gonna lose the overall sentiment that kept them as strong as they were. Don't let it happen to you in whatever walk of business or life you're in, because everybody's about the numbers right now, but nobody's thinking about the long-term ramifications of anything. It's the very reason why I did not allow them to inject in me whatever the hell it was they concocted to fight whatever it is that they didn't know what the hell it was. I'm sitting up here saying, this COVID-19, you sure? Yes. Okay, well, why it behaves differently in other places than it does over here? We don't know. Okay, so you found something that's going to make it work? Yes, and you must take it. Well, how you told me it took 2 years to make this thing, to concoct this thing, and you only have 8 months to do it, so you're going to rush the process, and then you're going to send us something experimental, then you're going to mandate that we take it? Yes. No. No. And it became rude for me to say no, and I'm like, nah, it's not about me not believing that something's out there that can be weaponized against you by way of me who might not be hurt by it. I understand that concept. What I ain't going to do is let them put something in my body that they don't even know works. They don't even know it works. They're going to put it in my body, force me to have it in my body, and then we'll see. We'll just see. But I'm forced to. But we'll see. But I'm forced to. Like, these are two, no. Like, that logic was never going to work on this mind. Never. Some things, it's like, just because it's group thinking and it makes sense because we've allowed ourselves to have certain norms and we have certain other things we need to focus on. I know how unthorough people can be. I know you can go all the way to the top and find somebody chewing bubblegum and putting that bubblegum underneath their seat. That's what I know. So some of these people that we're just believing are so thorough and on point, and a lot of them are just people who haven't slept enough. And so if I'm going to believe that an overworked person who has something that needs to be done in 2 years, that they're going to try to cram it into an 8-month process, and I'm supposed to put that in my body? Are you crazy? No, of course not. I'm crazy. Because I'm the one that's not going along with all that nonsense. And so I'll be that. I'll be that. And I'll do what I'm supposed to do if they said they didn't have a vaccine. I'll quarantine. I'll wash my hands, I'll wear my mask, I'll stay away. But what I will not do is put something in my body that you know you need more time to perfect. And then by way of your laws and your norms and your pressure, allow you to put that in me. Hell nah. Hell nah. Then I listen to the next person who's scared tell me that I'm wrong for not doing it. It's like, bro, there's a lot of things that you need to see in this situation other than what it is that they're telling you by way of these publications that ultimately make things fact. No, I'm sorry. They ain't had enough time to perfect this thing. And what they're putting in your body, they don't know. It could cause heart attacks. It could cause long-term birth defects. It could make it so that your son has a horn. I don't know what the hell that stuff is going to do. They don't know what it's going to do. So why am I going to put it in me? Because we're afraid of something else that could also kill us? Nah, 2 threats don't equal 1 successful situation. Those 2 different threats. I'm not dealing with that. I knew I had 2 problems. Not 1 problem and 1 solution. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to let these people think for me. And so when I look at this situation, I'm telling you, with this T-Mobile thing, I'll circle back around to something totally different. You're telling me that all I have to do is call you and you're going to waive those fees. Bye. No more fees just because you decided. But now, since I haven't called you, you're going to apply pressure on me on those fees more so than any other pressure in the world. When most of what it is that I owe is fees. The majority of what it is that I owe is the fees that you've applied that you would simply be willing to waive. But at your leisure, you decide not to. So I'm supposed to go along with that. As if that makes sense to me. As if the money that you waive off holds any leverage at all based on the willingness for you to waive it. What's the leverage? It means nothing to you. Why would it mean anything to me to play it to you? Other than the pressure you apply to me. For which I can either adhere to or not. These are the type of things, it's like you can't run certain mind games on certain people, bro. You got to take it further. And with me, it ain't going to work on me. It's not going to work. Because what I'm going to do is see how far you take it. And see, this is how it goes. It's like they're going to apply these fees, apply this pressure. And all I'm doing is just collecting all the information. Applying it to what it is that I do. On my channel, I tell people, don't do this. Because what they're doing is pushing me away. For the little bit of money they're trying to get right now, they shouldn't even be doing. It should not even be applied this way. Someone needs to regulate them so that they don't hurt themselves in this way by applying these methods that hurt their company. They're not smart enough to put a muzzle on their own damn selves in regards to their own damn greed. So they need the government to do it for them. This is the truth. This is the God's honest truth. Because people end up failing, and they're like, how did we fail? It's because you were greedy and you didn't know better than to do this. It's like, it's just that simple, man. So, as I speak to you guys today, I understand I have certain responsibilities within this situation. I'm not telling you to follow what it is I'm doing. This is not your mission. You're not on a mission to try to point all this out. That's not what you want. And that's what I want to encourage people. I'm not asking people to follow me on anything I'm doing, man. You got to feed yourself. If you have children and stuff like that, you got to work. But it's what I'm showing you is they know that. The grand they know that. They know you don't have no damn choice. They know you just work or starve for everybody, including my very own self. So they nestle themselves in between that and cheat the game. And cheat the damn game because they know you ain't got no damn choice. They know if you turn your cell phone off, you ain't got no connection to the world. You may not be able to get to your people. You may not be able to get your medicine. You may not be able to get your groceries. All these different things that you may not be able to do with your phone because you're so dependent on it, because they've given it to you and attached the whole world to it. So now you can't live without it until the thing goes off. And then you realize we've been living this way the whole time. We've only had the phones on for about 35 years at the most. We've had these internet on. We were living just fine before they gave it to us and it made me feel like we can't live without it. And now they apply all these fees that they're willing to waive so that they can pretend like they're gods. See, we can grace you with the waiving fees, or we can grace you with the pressure of you must and turn you off at the blink of an eye. You're not a god. You're greed. God isn't greedy. You're greedy. So not God. These are the type of things I understand, man. Inherently understand. And a lot of people pretend like their gods don't understand these things themselves. They just walk around with confidence. Everybody's confident. Everybody's applying methods that their grandpappy taught them. Didn't work for them. It ain't gonna work for you. Why? Because it's a rebellion against it if it's attached to bad energy. And that rebellion is going to consume you one way or another. It just takes time. Eventually, people will rise up against whatever it is that's not right. The math ain't going to add up, and the truth in their heart is going to make them stand up against it. That's exactly what I've done. That's exactly who I am. We'll see where it takes me. But the point is, every time any of this little nonsense happens, you're going to see it on this channel. Anytime I perceive that I'm being applied some pressure in a way that doesn't seem right, based on whatever the hell, I'm going to point it out. And if I'm wrong, if that's my entitlement, my ego in the way, we'll see that too. We'll see that too. But the point is, some of this stuff is in place not to do anything but to disrupt minds, but to siphon from people, but to make them feel like they got their gods and that you can't win against them, so you must adhere to what it is that they do. But that's weakness. That's weakness. Because I know those methods are only applied because you fear what happens when you don't apply them. God never does anything like that. Doesn't need to. And that's what I also understand. So, as we watch them fall, and they will fall, it may take some time, may not. But as we watch them fall, you remember what I said here. They are not gods. Gods don't fall. BDF 44. Thank you all for watching.